Hey, happy Sunday to everybody. Man, we finally got some rain. Finally got some rain. I mean, man, it has been hot. But happy Sunday to you guys out there and you folks out there, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all know I like to watch movies. You guys know I like to play video games. So two girls a few years back, I think it was 3 years ago, come up to me and asked me. They said, "Have you ever heard of the show called Bridgerton?" Series called Bridgerton. I was like, no, Bridgerton. I said, what's Bridgerton? And it's like, I said, Bridgerton? They said, yeah. And they said, then the girl was like, I don't know if you like it or not, but she goes, it's a pretty good show. She goes, you, she kind of like said something like, you being a man and all, you might not care for it. She goes, but I know how much you like to watch, movies. And, she knows I like to play video games and she knows I like to watch movies. And she knew I had this little YouTube channel and she knew I was trying to start it, but she goes, have you ever watched it? She goes, no. She goes, check it out, bud. That's how she talking. I was like, Bridgerton, right? She goes, yeah. So uh, about 2 hours later, 3 hours later in the shop, she's got a cousin that works there and she came up to me and she said, hey, you need to try to watch Bridgerton. She goes, but I don't know if you like it or not. And I was like, man, I said, what's your name? I told her cousin. I said, she told me about that movie too. She told me about yours too. She goes, yeah. She goes, I'm not sure you'll like it. She goes, but it's really good. And these are two girls. So, I was like, ah. So I said Bridgerton. So I went home and I popped it on. And you're talking 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago because it's the third season. So I looked at it, right? And I was like, man, this was like 3 years ago. This is third season. So I'm like, I clicked on it for like 2 minutes, and when it started, I was like, no, this ain't for me. I just like, and so I went to work a couple days later, and one of these two girls were related, they're cousins. She said, you watch Bridgerton yet? I was like, no, not really. I haven't checked it out. I said, now it's like, well, I did click onto it for like a couple minutes, for like a few seconds. I said, but I didn't really, play. I said, I'm gonna try to watch the first episode. I said, but I don't. I said it just didn't look like So anyway, so I'm the type of guy that I'll watch a couple episode, or I'll watch maybe. I ain't gonna lie, I might watch 45 minutes or something just so I can tell them I watched it, and I can shut them up. That way they don't have to ask me no more. I don't want to lie and say I watched it, then knowing I ain't watching. So a couple of days, about a week with myself, I'm gonna watch this first episode. I'm gonna just because it just didn't look like anything I'd like. And I watched that first episode. And I went through 3 episodes like real quick, and then I ended up finishing it. And then I went and told both of those girls, I said, hey, I said it's a pretty good. I said I think it's more for women. I said, but it's really good storytelling, good writing, good acting. I said it's got great. I said it has to be kind of expensive. I said the way that people are dressed and the way they had to, the set designs. I was telling them at work. These two chicks that told me about it. I got admit. I said that production design and just the way it is. I said they put a lot of they had to put a lot of money into this, man. I said, and then the way they wrote, I said, but yeah, I said I said it was good because our first season, I thought that first season was just, it blew me out of the water. I was shocked, because I said, this looks like a chick thing, I kept saying. So then, the second season came out, of course. One of the cousins came out, she goes, hey, Bridgerton 2 is coming out. Second season, Bridgerton 2 coming out. So I said, yeah. I said, well, thanks for telling me. So by me watching the first season, I decided to watch the second season. Now, the second season I thought wasn't nearly as good as the first season, but it progressively got better. It progressed. I come to work. I told him, I don't know, man. This season's starting off a little slow, man. It's a little rough around the edges. I thought so. It looked like they're, I don't know, man. And I stayed with it. And it was okay. It was okay. And after I watched it, I said, I'm not gonna lie. I said, I don't think this one is as good as the first one. I said, I kind of feel like I don't know if it's lazy writing or they just didn't get into it as much as I thought they would. Or she goes, yeah, I agree with you. She goes, I liked it, but not near as the first one. And so let's get to this last season. So the last season, which is that's not the last season, season 3. So uh I was at home, and my supervisor, she got promoted, which is those two cousins. One of them got promoted. She's supervisor now. And she texted me, and I got a text from her. She goes, "Hey, Bridgerton, season 3 had dropped." I said, "Oh," I text her back. I said, "Hey, good looking out." And because I only text her when she texts me, because she's married, so I don't text married women that much. I just, if I do, it's something important. So I text her back. I said, "Oh, cool, good looking out." So I decided to watch it. And this third season, they redeemed themselves from the second season. I thought this third season was good. And I really enjoyed this third season because I told her, I said, she goes, "Well, what did you think?" I said, because they put it in two. They give you 3, and then they give you another 3. So because you had 3 episodes, you had 3 episodes, and then it took a break, and then you had another 3 episodes. But yeah, it was 8 episodes. So you had 4 episodes, and then they took a break, and then had 4. They split them up. So I told her, I said, "Hey, this third season is kicking," and I said, I feel like they did a little bit more flushing out more of the people in the whole area. I said, I thought they had more breathing space. She goes, "Yeah, I agree." I said, because so many people in the background. I said, you don't know that much about the people in the background, but this time they took time out to let you see a lot of other people that was in that circle of this whole thing. And they did a really good job of that. What I didn't like is that older Bridgerton guy was messing around with this girl, and this girl had a boyfriend, and she talked him into making love with her and him. And I don't get into that. And so when I seen that, I was disappointed because, I was like, "Oh man, I hope you don't do that," because I thought that, you finally met your match. I'm saying to myself, because I thought that girl was cool for him. And then she introduced him to this guy, and I guess that was her lover. And I guess he likes men and women, and they like to do a threesome. So I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, "Oh man, you're going to go there?" And so I was like, And so he thought about it, right? So then he decided to go ahead and sleep with both of them, and kiss him on the mouth, and make love to him and make love to her, and they both having sex with this chick. Took me out. It took me out. So this season 3, I think, is better than season 2. And I also think that they did such a great job of letting us see a little bit more. The girl that was the girl was doing it right, the lady Whistledown that was writing all the articles, you got a chance to see more of her family and her 2 sisters that's got the 2 husbands, and they're both trying to get pregnant, and they did a good job, man. The Bridgertons' 2 little kids, the little girl and the little brother, the little sister and little brother, you got more time to spend with them. The one sister that they was trying to marry, she ended up marrying this guy, and she just wanted a small private wedding. She only wanted like just a small group of people, and she ended up marrying this guy, which I thought was a little bit too easy. I just like, my God, man, that was a bit easy, man, getting married to that guy and pairing him up. I was like, man, I live in the real world, and I just can't see that happening like that. But this is, I was like, hey, I don't know, the older Bridgerton girl, the one that they was trying to marry off, she ended up marrying this guy, and I just thought, and then the Bridgerton mom, the mom's best friend was the lady that, she's a good actress. She walks with the cane, and she's an older black lady. Well, her brother had the hots for her, and I was like, that's too easy too. And usually, because me, man, I usually have to work my butt off to get a girl. I mean, every girl, I'll take that back. There's been times I've, I don't like talking like that, but there, I had to work a little bit, but yeah, I just thought there was just some things in there in this series that was just too easy to me. I just thought it would take a, I don't know, I just was like, but overall, this season was excellent. It's just that I feel like I think this is it for me because I think they're gonna dip their toes in a lot of stuff that I don't want to see and I don't want to get into that. But uh, this was a really this season three was really good, and I like how they was trying to find out who, you know, the one girl she was trying to get married to you know she finally got a chance to get married to the guy that she had hots for, the Bridgerton guy. How she always looked out the window at the Bridgertons and she wrote all those articles and everybody was trying to figure out who she was. It was just it was awesome. Uh, the girl is Penelope is the girl's name, and then you know she talked that guy into helping her try to be herself, and then they end up falling in love. And then this one girl, man, this one girl, no one wanted to marry her. Her dad was really rude to her. I kind of felt bad for her, but she was kind of a, uh, you know, she kind of was, like a little bitty, but I kind of felt bad for her because, there's this girl in there that nobody wanted to marry, and the dad was so disappointed that he was going to ship her off to the countryside and stuff, and I kind of felt bad for that girl. But when Lady Whistledown, they're trying to find out who Lady Whistledown is, and then the Queen is determined to find out who she is, and the way they led that up was awesome. So that was some, but it was just some things in here that I just didn't care for. The thing that took me out was the older Bridgerton guy making love with that girl and that guy, and when he put his mouth on that dude's mouth and they started tonguing, that took me out. I'm not gonna lie, I don't get into it. But I kind of felt bad for that girl because her mom was trying to help her daughter get married, and her dad was a butthead. And I know you guys know who I'm talking about. That I felt kind of bad for her, but she should have. Nobody wanted to marry her, but I kept sitting there watching this. I kept saying, "Is it? It must have been that's what they were supposed to do back in those days." Because women today, man, they're like, I don't give a damn. Women today, but these women back in these times, man, I guess that's the thing to do. But anyway, it was a good series. But I think I'm gonna check out. I kind of think that by watching this, I think there's going to be a lot more. If they do a season 4, I think we're going to see it. I feel as though I'm going to see things that I don't care for, and I think they're going to just dip into things that the world as we live in today is so in just love to see. I can't turn the TV on without seeing something I don't care for. Now, I'm not going to get into it. So anyway, you guys, God bless. Happy Sunday and enjoy the rest of your day. Stay cool and we'll see you.